All right. Today we're going to look at how you can cut a slice of a document and make an action that flips and rotates this slice to make a mandala designs. Yeah? So once you have your slice and action set up, then all you got to do is design within the selected area, and then engage your action, and you'll have a finished mandala design in no time. And it takes a little bit of setting up, but once you have the hang of it, it takes no time at all. I'm not exactly sure what the official mechanics are on this. I tried to figure it out back in the day and couldn't find a concise tutorial anywhere, so I kind of improvised and made my own technique for it. So that's what we'll be using and reviewing today. All right, so this is a 1/12 slice that we flip and then rotate for like a clock face design. And I think we're going to go ahead and make a 1/16 slice out of this. We're going to try. Anyways, so first off, we got to find our center point on the document, which this document is 6,000 pixels by 300 pixels per inch resolution, so it falls right at 20 inches across, up and down. That would be the printing size. Anyways, so we can see where our center point is here. But without this guide, if it was just a blank document here, we want to invert the background layer, because then you can see like individual pixels when zoomed in. You can't so much when it's like white, right? No pixel guides. And what we want is this point right at 10 by 10 on our rulers here. So it'd fall right between those 4 pixels there. And so we're gonna like move it over a little bit. Yeah, that's what I want right there. So we're going to go ahead and take our path tool and set a path between these 4 pixels. Right there. And then we're gonna zoom all the way back out, and we're going to hold shift so that it aligns our next point straight vertical, and we're going to go like a bit above the edge of the document there. I think that will be enough. And then we can go ahead and invert our document back, I think, and we'll make a new layer, but we're not going to use it quite yet. Okay, we're going to zoom back in and grab our path selection tool. Oh shit. Excuse me. And then we're going to duplicate this path by holding Alt, the path selection tool, and then just clicking and dragging out from our path. Did that do it? Let's see. Yeah. So now we have this, and we're going to place it right on top of the first path. And then we are going to, once we find alignment of this, we're going to pre-transform our path, and we're going to rotate it, and we're going to rotate it from a bottom alignment, which will rotate it out from center. And we're going to take a 1/16 slice, which is a 22.5-degree angle. And then go ahead and accept that. And then we are going to join our two paths to make a shape. I'm going to select this point and join it to here. Yeah. And now we have a shape of this slice. And we'll go ahead and use gray as the color for this selection. And then we're going to fill our paths on this blank layer here. Okay, so we'll just go in and fill what is now a conjoined shape, so it's taking up this space as highlighted in our thumbnail there. All right, yeah. And then Control X is, of course, the shortcut to delete paths. And then to make sure that this slice will line up with the flips and rotations that we'll make from it, we're going to go ahead and select our pixels here and expand our selection by 1 pixel. And then just fill the selection. Wow. Our foreground color, good. Okay, that little bit of room will make sure there's no space in between these slices. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and build another mandala action like the one I used right at the start. So, new action, mandala. There we go. Okay. And we'll need something in this space for our example here. So go ahead and just drag something into the custom shape tool, which you can build your own custom path shapes and add them to this selection. This is just the starter selection from Photoshop, but you can also download packs of these custom path shapes the same way you can download custom brush packs or textures or other creative assets into your Photoshop to customize your rig. Even sets of actions. So these mechanics can be not only discovered and loaded in, but you can build them yourself and share them. So the kind of collaborative design of Photoshop is very exciting and really cool. Okay, it doesn't really matter what we're using here. So go ahead and pick something basic, I guess. Basic's nice. Yeah. Grab a couple of them. Here we go. And then select all of them. And I think they'll just overlay on top of each other. There's different settings you can apply for how paths interact with each other when they're overlaid on top of one another. So we have this area selected, so when we fill our paths here, only pick a color that we can recognize against the background. Only the area within the selection will be affected. Yeah, we gotta grab them all. Sorry, I don't really have a mouse pad right here, but That's the effect we're looking for. And then, oh shit, yeah, we want a new layer for this. We want to leave our slice underneath it. There we go. So grab them and fill within our new layer and then cut the paths. And let's cut this bit here. Oh shit! I didn't realize we had been saving to our action here, which we don't want any of that, so we'll just like select and delete these steps from our action. Yeah, we're good. And we will start work from there. Alright, so to start our action, we're going to select all of our canvas, which is like Control A. Selects the whole canvas. And then we'll duplicate our layer, and then select the canvas again, and then transform. And from here, we're going to flip horizontal. Alright. And then you can check enter there to apply your action, or you can just like press enter twice. Then we're going to merge down our two slices. So now we have this shape here. And then we're going to select all and duplicate that shape. So now we have two copies of the same shape, which are now overlaid on top of one another. And we're going to rotate this one. So select all and then transform. And then we're going to rotate the layer 45 degrees. Just lines up like that. Yeah. We can apply that. And then what we're going to do here is Alt down bracket key to go back to our first shape, and we'll select all and duplicate that. And we could have merged them together, but you lose some of the pixel quality the more that you duplicate a shape. So we'll go back to the first one a couple times to keep that crisp, clean pixel quality. Okay, so now we have another copy, and we're going to go through the same step, but this time 90 degrees. So select that, I transform it, 90-degree angle, yeah. And then go back, down, and then select all, and duplicate, and then here, select all, transform, and we want a 135-degree angle. Is that? Yeah, that's half. Okay. So now that we have half, we'll merge them all together, and just like Control E, the merge key, and now we have a full half of a mandala effect, and then we'll duplicate that, but transform it and rotate it 180. Yeah. All right. And with that, deselect and merge down. We have a completed mandala action, and this should work. You can see it's a pretty complex action, but once you have it geared up, like 160. Yes. Shing! Damn, Lane, you make good sword noises. Thank you. And then, yeah, you can like grab this, and then on a new layer, we can design anything in here, like and then mandala action 2. This should mega the mandala in that guide, that slice. And let's see, we have 1/12 slice, and these steps are all the same, but the amount of times you rotate it and the angle of degrees that you rotate it is different. So we have our 1/12 slice here, and if we select that, and then like choose something fun, really. That, let's see how it applies. And you get that kaleidoscopic effect, and it's like really fun. You can use like colors and different patterns or textures flow like way up. You wanted like some grunge kaleidoscope or something going on, we could have one. Woo! And you can design and play with your heart's content to this. I developed this technique and all these steps like back in the day, and used this to make a number of mandalas that I thought were pretty fun. Yeah. Oh no, designed onto a 16 slice. You gotta remember to make a new layer. Uh, yeah, it's like all sorts of fun things you can do with this. And I suppose that is our Super Mandala Maker tutorial for the day. Enjoy your designing, my friends. Love and light. Ka-ching!